Hi guys, it's me Annie and I'm back with another video. Welcome to Annie's Creations. A friend of mine was so kind to gift me with two very large zucchinis. So today I'm going to be processing them, freezing some of it, and I'm also going to bake some zucchini bread. So stay tuned. I'm going to start with my first zucchini, and this one I'm going to be chopping up into cubes. And this will be for the freezer to use in soups and stews and casseroles, and also for maybe a stir fry. So let's get chopping. I cut off both ends of the zucchini. And then I'm going to cut it in half lengthwise. And if you want smaller cubes, because some of these cubes are quite big, cut them one more time to make them a little bit smaller. And then I'm going to transfer it into a little Ziploc bag and place it in my freezer. So I'm going to measure 2 cups of zucchini into each bag. So I'm using a cup measure and I'm going to try and fit in 2 cups into each baggie. And this will be for soups and stews and casseroles and stir fry. That's about 2 cups then. I push out as much air as I can. And then I zip it up. And there we are, 2 cups of chopped zucchini. I'm just going to mark these with a label to say what the date is, so I can use it within 3 to 6 months. I'll just use my Sharpie and just mark the date so that I know when I chop these zucchinis. So now this is marked and ready for the freezer. Freezing zucchini in this way will change the texture of the zucchini, so it's best used in soups, stews and stir fries instead of wanting that crunch or that bit of bite in them. So that will go away once you freeze them, so don't expect that from frozen zucchini. I thoroughly washed my zucchini and now I'm going to cut it into smaller pieces so that it can go into the grater of my food processor. So that will make the job much easier than grating by hand. I think these size pieces will fit into my food processor. So my food processor is ready, and I'll just pop in a few pieces and see how we go. So this is the whole zucchini that I grated up in my food processor. So let's start making this zucchini loaf. The rest of the zucchini that I won't be using for my recipe, I just placed it in a Ziploc bag and I'm going to freeze it for later use. For this recipe, I have 3 cups of all-purpose flour in a large mixing bowl. I have 1½ teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1 teaspoon of fine salt. And I will add this to my flour. Then I also have 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon. I'm going to whisk the dry ingredients together until it's well blended. I prefer whisking instead of sifting because it's much easier for me. Now I have combined all the dry ingredients with my whisk. I take another big mixing bowl. In a second large mixing bowl, I have 1½ cups of granulated sugar. To the sugar, I'm going to add 3 large eggs, 1 cup of oil. I'm using rapeseed oil, but you can use any kind of light oil that you like, canola oil or vegetable oil. So I add 1 cup of oil. To this, I will add 1 tablespoon of vanilla. Now I'm going to whisk these ingredients together so it's nice and smooth. Now I'm going to add the wet ingredients to the flour mixture. I'm going to whisk this together till well combined and smooth. So I'll continue mixing these ingredients together until there's no more lumps. As you mix, the batter will become really thick. So I will start using my spatula to fold it in further. Now that my mixture is smooth and well combined, I'm going to add 3 cups of grated zucchini. I have measured 3 cups of the grated zucchini and I'm going to add this to my batter. Now that my batter is well combined, I'm going to transfer it to my loaf pans. This is optional, but if you would like, you can add pumpkin seeds, chopped nuts, raisins, and even dried cranberries to your batter, and that just gives an extra deliciousness to your zucchini loaf. So I'm going to add about 1/2 cup of pumpkin seeds. And I will just mix the pumpkin seeds into the batter so that it's nicely distributed throughout. I am going to butter these 2 loaf pans very generously so that the bread don't stick to the pan. Now I will also line the pan with some baking paper just to make it easier for me to lift the bread out of the pan after it's done baking. And the butter also makes it easier for me to get the baking paper to stick to the pan. After the bread's done baking, I can use the handles of the baking paper to lift the bread out of the pan. Now my 2 pans are prepared and I'm ready to add the batter. I'm going to divide the batter equally between both these pans. Now I have divided the batter equally between both pans. I am ready to bake. I'm going to bake these 2 loaves in the center of my oven. It's a preheated oven of 350 degrees Fahrenheit, that's 180 degrees Celsius, and I'm going to bake these for 50 to 60 minutes. I'm going to do a toothpick test at the end, and when the toothpick comes out and it's clean, it means they are ready. So these are my 2 loaves, my 2 zucchini loaves that just came out of the oven. They baked for about 50 minutes in my oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit, that's 180 degrees Celsius. But if your oven is not as hot as mine, it might take up to 60 minutes. So just check it and do the toothpick test, and when the toothpick comes out and it's clean, it means they are ready. My 2 loaves are out of the oven and I let them cool for about 20 minutes inside the pans. Now I'm going to remove the loaves from the pans and place them on a cooling rack so they can cool for another 15 minutes. The baking paper makes it so easy for me to remove the loaf from the pan. Now I will just leave these loaves to come to room temperature before I'm going to slice them. This loaf has cooled down for another 20 minutes, so I'm ready to cut into it and see what it looks like. So I'm using a serrated bread knife to slice the bread, and I'm going very gently because it still feels warm. This bread is light, it's soft, it's fluffy, it smells delicious, and it looks beautiful. Just look at that slice. I would say zucchini loaf, you can compare it to banana loaf. It's nearly the same texture and taste. It's sweet and fluffy and delicious. Thank you for watching my video today, and I hope you enjoyed it. This is all I've got for you today, and I will see you on the next video. Bye for now.